going, guys? This is Mike from All Things Fish, and thanks for tuning in. Now, in the last video, you saw that I ran down to Omaha to meet up with some friends that I've met through various local clubs or online Facebook groups even. And one of the main benefits to joining a club is not only making lifelong friends that you can share your hobby with. You know, maybe your spouse just doesn't get it or just isn't that into it. Maybe your kids want nothing to do with your fish tanks. They probably think maybe you're the creepy fish guy, but that's okay. Sometimes you just got to reach out of your circle a little bit and go meet new people elsewhere. Now, I live about an hour and a half from any area that really has a local club. So sometimes I have to travel a little bit to go acquire new things, attend meetings, swap meets, auctions, etc. But an hour and a half isn't too bad. I've traveled further. Depends on how big into it you want to get, I guess. But several years ago, I started attending some swap meets over in Ames, Iowa, and met a couple guys that turned out to be some of my closer friends. And not only are they close friends, but we also swap a lot of fish back and forth. So sometimes I acquire something new when I spawn it, and you know, it's something they're interested in, so I trade them for a different strain or different species that they have that I haven't tried yet. And it just it helps build relationships and helps you grow as a person in the hobby as you fine-tune your skill set and open up to some new opportunities. Now, the two guys that I met up with were Ward and Pete, and they are both pretty good at breeding fish. They're not so much into the whole planted game, although they've both dabbled and have a fair bit of knowledge about it, but most of the stuff they do is breed. I'm starting to get into a little bit more breeding, although I've bred quite a bit of different species, both freshwater and saltwater, in the past. So I not only thought that it would be beneficial to go meet up with them just to hang out as friends, but I brought them some species for them to try, and in return I got a bunch of new stuff that you kind of saw a little bit at the end of the last video. So what we're going to do today is just a quick look at the different species I got before I get them in the tanks, and then once they settle in later down the road, we'll take another look at them, see how they're doing. So here we go.
Well, here we are downstairs in the fish room, finally getting around to getting fish put away, or trying to at least. Right now I just have them separated out into some little 2.5 gallon tanks that I had sitting around. You can tell I've been sitting around for a while because things are getting dusty. But here are some black Moscow guppies. Definitely a couple nice males, like that guy in the back over here. That guy looks pretty good. A couple of younger males, some big old females. I'm sure they're carrying already. Decent little strain of fish. I've kept some Moscows before, but I've just moved around enough that haven't kept them for a couple years now. So I figured I'd pick up a strain again. So those guys are looking good. Looks like males probably been nipping at each other a little bit lately, but that should clean up no problem. Next, we have some blue Moscows. There's part in the dirt. So these tanks have been sitting around for a while. 2 females and a male. Nice big old tail on him. Good tail. Dorsal looks good. Should get his color coming back in here soon. So these guys just got dumped out of the bag. They've been in the bag for about a day before I finally got around to them. So these guys should start coloring up. I'm going to put them in their tanks, get them all situated, hopefully start getting some fry. Next, we have 2 pairs of reds, and these are actually descendants from a line from Stan Schubel. If you're familiar with him, pretty well known for putting out some nice guppies. So these would be what I would call blondes. And again, they're kind of moping around a little bit because they've been pissed off from sitting in a bag for a while. Give you guys a quick little look at these before we start putting fish in their new homes. So good looking males. A couple nice big adult females should start throwing fry any minute once they get settled in. Alright, another pickup here, and this is the dirtiest tank of them all, so I apologize once again. They're just 2.5s that I'm using for holding right now. You'll see there are 1, 2, 3 fish in there, and you may or may not recognize them. It's not a super common fish, But these are Conga chromis sabinate, and this is the orange line that a buddy of mine has been working with for a while. So I'm going to see if I can get some fry from these, grow them out a little bit. They got a little ways to go. They should color up nicely, hopefully throw some fry for me, so I can check off another box on the old list of fish that I've bred in the fish room. Alright, another pickup worth noting is these are some yellow neocaridina shrimp straight out of Pete's fish room in his basement from earlier. So like you said, he had some whites, some blues, some cherries of course, and he has some beautiful yellows that have a nice gold stripe down the back. It's a nice little yellow neo, obviously super easy to keep. Set them up into 20 high with a Hamburg Matten filter and let them do their thing, and before too long should be able to share with you guys.
Squint in the back there. It's a nice little Siamese algae eater. This is kind of just a little quarantine tank. He is a store-bought fish and a pretty healthy looking one at that. He was in a tank full of, come on camera, trying guys, sorry, full of flying foxes. And if a Siamese algae eater or a flying fox is by itself, they do kind of look alike, but once you get them next to each other, pretty easy to determine them apart. So we snagged this guy. Kid loves him. Right now this is Kid's favorite type of fish, so I snagged another one for him. Picked him up from Mike over at Fish Freaks in Omaha. And like I said, good healthy livestock. Don't expect to have any problems with him. Looks like he's got some good weight on him. And as soon as he's ready to go, he'll probably end up in the display. Decent little trip down to Omaha. Got to hang out with some friends. That's what it's all about. If you're not in a local club, find a local club. If you don't have a local club, make a local club. There's always lots of like-minded people out there looking to hang out. That's how I've met the majority of the people that I actually swap and acquire fish from. You know, all these species today, those are all trades from friends. So you can get some super cool stuff just by getting out there and meeting people. So don't be shy. Even if you meet them online, don't be afraid to meet up. Hopefully you don't find one of those crazy serial killer types, but that's a risk you take, I guess. So, but that's it. I got some awesome new guppies, some cool little African cichlids, the SAE, and of course the Rhabdocentris that you might see in an upcoming video, so keep your eyes out. Once again, this is Mike at All Things Fish. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.